Scrappers, let's talk about computers. Everyone has them, but how long we've had it, well, that's a different story. Before big box companies existed where computers were very accessible and less expensive, there were computers like the one that I have underneath my arms. This computer is from 1991 and is one of the original computers that were really started to be pushed out to a lot of normal people in their homes to be able to type documents up and things like that. Now, these computers are much better than today's computer towers when we're talking about scrapping. You might not want to use this to access the internet, but scrap-wise, it's really great. Let's start off with the outside frame. This is a steel frame. Most of these frames that you see nowadays are plastic. So right off the bat, you're going to have some steel that you're going to be able to throw into your light iron pile and make a couple of extra dollars with. Now let's look inside. This looks very similar to a computer that you might have in your house or ones that you might scrap, but there are also a lot of differences. You have the power supply, which is going to be very standard and looks pretty normal to the ones that you have nowadays. But a few things that catch my eye that you want to look out for is the actual board itself. When you see boards inside that look like this, these are how they were used to be made. They used to have a lot of gold fingers on them. They used to have a lot of chips that would go alongside. And because of that, a board like this is going to be worth a lot more money than boards nowadays. But more importantly, let's look a little deeper inside this board. Let's turn this and let's look at what the original motherboard looked like. Now, this motherboard that you can see along the bottom has a lot of gold fingers in it. Boards today are just made with a lot of plastic, very little metals, but you can see where my finger's pointing all inside of these little brown pieces, these black pieces over here. These are all slots that are filled with gold. When you find old lots of electronics like this, you want to make sure not only to separate them differently, but you want to make sure that you put them in a different pile so you're not selling them with your normal motherboards. If you only have one or two, you can mix them with your normal motherboards from today's computers, but older ones, you want to separate because these are going to be worth a heck of a lot more money when you go to sell them. Scrappers, Tom from iScrap. Any other electronic questions, just let us know. But until next time, I'll scrap you later.